If you've been following my channel for a long time, you most likely know about my channel origin. Around 2021, I started this channel uploading video about everything wrong with, the famous series from Cinema Sins. But what's more important is the game that I talk about, Time Crisis. I make one episode and then abandon it for an entire year. Because I just don't like this series. I don't like finding wrong thing on purpose just to make the game look bad on its own. And also my comedy is also bad. Everything wrong with is definitely not created from me, and I don't want to be known as the everything wrong with guy. Fast forward a year later, because I feel guilty for what I done, I decide to go back and do everything wrong with on the rest of the main series, effectively finishing the project. Since the video was in March, I call it Time Crisis March, and at the end of the year, I talk about bringing it back for this year, to which I decide I against it. That time I was planning to talk about Time Crisis for each March in every year, and I regret it. I decide not to do it. Since I don't want to talk about Time Crisis for every year, but I also want to remember how I started off my channel, why not just twist the idea? Why not talk about other light gun games? Before the existence of Time Crisis, Namco made a couple of light gun games, especially during the early 90s. Yutaka Kunoi joins Namco in 1991, who also worked on Tank Force and also worked on Tekken and Soul Calibur. During that time, they realized most arcade during that time is dominated by dating couples, in Japan at least. Thus, Namco and Yutaka make a deal to make a game revolving around that theme. Yutaka also realized the growing of buddy cop movies. Police Story is notoriously popular. The movie starring Jackie Chan. Oh, you also make couple movies. Police Story is pretty good for what it's worth. Then comes the second one, which is as good as the first one. Then comes third one, the Super Cup, which ups the game. Next up, Police Story 4, or should I say, First Strike, is pretty weak compared to the previous 3. Then comes New Police Story, which turns the comedy film into dark tone. Some like it, some don't like it. I personally just in the middle. And 2013 Police Story, which is terrible. Don't watch it. You will thank me later. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Due to people enjoying the movie, Yutaka decided to make a game about that genre. Namco uses the Final Lap series as the benchmark, and at the same time, they rely solely on 2D sprites instead of 3D polygons, something that they will never regret for. Finally, in April 1993, the game was released in the arcade. Lucky and WoW on paper looks like your typical light gun shooter. Shoot everything, dodge all bullets, and defeat the boss. But with a twist. Remember when I say the arcade scene is full of couples? Well, this game don't just ask you to shoot, but also to drive. As you can see here, the arcade machine contains 2 guns because 2 is better than 1 and a wheel separately, meaning you need 2 persons to play the game accurately. That's what Namco intention is. On the first stage, it seems to be okay, but as it goes on, you will require full teamwork from both sides. Whether you control the ammunition or control the wheel, you both have to decide before starting the game. Or you will regret it, let's just say that way. It's important to know your friend, or should I say, rival. Because when the game starts, you and him better know what you're doing. Better tell him what to do, or you will end up in a fist fight. I don't know, something like that. If you don't have friends, like me, then you can find some strangers to play together. You know what they say? Sometimes strangers understand you more than your family. Anyway, once you've found the other player, then prepare to roll. The both characters named Lucky and Wow apparently are based off characters from some movies, but because Yutaka says it was coincidental, I'm not gonna delve into it, considering I don't watch those movies as well. Each stages start off with the bad guy shooting at our protagonist before running away cowardly, and we have to chase him down. Like Chase HQ, which came out 5 years prior. You receive a briefing, find the suspect, and chase him down. Huh, must be coincidence. Along our way, we have to fend off a bunch of baddies, delaying the inevitable. The most common enemy is the one in the car. They drive some random car that they probably stole from the junkyard, pokes their head out, and shoot right at you. When you do shoot them, your car explodes. Don't underestimate the power of double gun. See, I warned you. Apart from that, you also have to deal with bunch of other enemies such as bikers, chopper, macho man jumping onto your car, time bomb, road buggy, mother trucker, barrels, cocktail, grenade, and RPG. And whatever happens, you can bet your bounty that everything will be alright because you won't die. Your red car seems to be able to handle everything thrown at you. I got hit by a bunch of time bomb and these two guys are still unscathed. Look at this! How are they still alive? Definitely not Kid from Knight Rider. I'm sure they are not from the Foundation. The worst you can expect is your car breaking down due to the damages succumb, and the characters just look utterly pissed. Put in another quarter and you're good to go again. Any damages you took will lower the health of the car, and it did not take long enough before it reaches the darkness of the far side, reminding you of your failure. Like I said, this game requires teamwork from whoever you have next to you. One drives the car, the other destroys the enemy stronghold. Something that I wasn't able to do because, like I said, I don't have friends. If you even want to finish the entire game, let alone 1cc it, then just find the right person. Ha! You thought Among Us is stressful enough for not trusting anyone? Pfft, Lucky and Wow do that as well. There are a total of 6 stages where you have to arrest the bosses of each areas. The bad guy shoots at you, breaking your window every single time. Hey, putting a window is expensive, Then plow through the enemy and take down that idiot. You know the drill. Because everything is ran on sprites instead of polygon, like I mentioned earlier, the graphic doesn't look too bad at all. Heck, newcomers would think this is a new indie game by the looks of it. The game was able to withstand the test of time, and regardless of how many times you play, it still looks good. Whether you are running through the mall, fighting in the desert, or slowing down at a tunnel, your experience will still be good. You couldn't live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. Sorry, I gotta do that, haha. Sorry, I gotta do that, I'm sorry. Whenever you've managed to beat the boss in a given time, you then watch a cutscene as you drive to the Pink Cat's garage for research. Or you can just let the boss run away, I don't know. Overall, Lucky and Well is an interesting game where 2 players matters. You'll need teamwork to even able to finish the game. The graphics still hold up well and the gameplay is still exciting. It is sad the game never received any home port to this day. Come on Namco, port this to Switch. It will work well. Who knows, maybe Rush Hour 4 will follow the plotline of the game. You just don't know. I remember seeing this game back in my local arcade and I was astounded by this game. I never seen a machine where you can drive and shoot at the same time. It was a new experience. There's one time when I played the game and as I blast through the mall, something weird happened. The power of my mall went out just as I about crashed into the virtual mall. Kinda scary, don't you think? That's all I gotta say with this video. If you enjoyed what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss a thing. Comment below your opinion on this game. Have you played it? Do you play with your friends? Do you play with yourself? Let's have a peaceful discussion. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.